Well, hi class. Tonight we will be discussing the concept of the whole child. As early educators, it's important to not focus solely on the cognitive development or teaching to the test. Instead, we need to focus on the whole child as a whole and place emphasis on all five domains of learning and development. So let's take a look at the domains of the development. So first of all, we have the whole child. The five domains of the whole child concept are physical, intellectual, also referred as to cognitive, language, emotional, and social development. You can use the acronym PILES to remember the five domains. As early educators, you should be focused on providing opportunities for growth and support in all five areas. In this video, I will provide a brief overview of the five domains that comprise the whole child concept. At the end, I will pose questions to help prompt your thinking for this week's written assignment. So let's take a look at physical development. That refers to both gross and fine motor skill development. Oftentimes, gross motor skills are seen as the main focus in the domain because it is what initially comes to mind when we think of physical development. We think of running, kicking, jumping, balancing, throwing, etc. However, fine motor skills are an equally important part of this domain. Fine motor skills are important for early child development, such as grasping an object and later development of holding a pencil correctly and having movement controlling for writing is very important. So as educators, it's our job to provide opportunities and tools to practice these skills as children learn through play. One of the things that we could do as educators is use a variety of teaching methods through play to encourage fine motor skill. We could use fine motor skills such as stacking, building, connecting blocks, drawing, painting, and promoting even self-care skills or routines like cleaning spills or feeding themselves with a spoon at mealtime to promote those fine motor skills. When we look at intellectual development, we look at it and we tend to have an area of focus on a lot of early childhood education because of the pressure to meet kindergarten readiness standards. However, intellectual development goes much further than just memorized facts such as ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. Intellectual development includes reasoning and problem-solving skills, measurement, and scientific inquiry. Providing students with daily opportunities to figure things out for themselves and investigate things around them help them develop the intellectual skills that are necessary in the classroom and in the real world. For example, educators can have manipulatives out for children and use vocabulary such as compare what is more, less, heaviest, shortest, biggest. Children can also sort different materials by using this vocabulary with children so they understand the concept. Asking children how and why questions builds on problem-solving skills and scaffolds their learning to plan and conduct investigations to gather information to make predictions of how things work. Next, let's focus on language development. Language development is the acquisition of communication skills in infancy. This begins with cries and develops into speech. Language skills includes not only expressive skills, language, but receptive language as well. In fact, children begin receptive language skills such as understanding what an adult is saying to them before they can express language to respond. Children may also tend to use sign language to indicate that they want more or less of something, which is common before children actually start talking. Educators can provide activities as reading to children throughout the day, having them play and socialize with other peers draw things that represent something in their world, and ask them to tell them about a picture. The main of focus is, oh, shoot.